First look at the weather. Elyse, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Brandon. I know it's also Texans Day and it's Beyonce concert day. Woo. So all this rain. So everyone who's in town from the Beehive, this rain is going to be out of here by the time you're headed to NRG, that's for sure. But this morning, these thunderstorms, yes, if they woke you up, we've had some heavy torrential rain, thunder, lightning, and some gusty winds. I've also been monitoring a couple of severe storms, but no more severe weather alerts for southeast Texas. That's good news. And generally speaking, the severe weather risk is greatly decreasing at this hour. Now, we still have some powerful thunderstorms along the coast right now. You can see all the lightning strikes along Galveston Island this morning, some torrential rain and gusty winds there right now, stretching all the way up across the Bolivar Peninsula to High Island as well. These roads are likely going to be waterlogged along the coast this morning and potentially closer to Houston as well. Let's stretch a little farther closer to Matagorda Bay now. Similar situation. We have a pretty strong thunderstorm right now near Lavaca Bay, near Port Lavaca, with lots of lightning within it, but those storms are going to continue to move offshore. A bigger picture for you, we have some light rain still working its way through the city in portions of Fort Bend County and Wharton County, Liberty County right now, some rumbles of thunder, a couple of lightning strikes within some moderate rain, and same thing up in Lake Livingston, but you see all of the clearing that's happening behind it. Drier air is finally starting to settle in behind this system, which is good because we could use a little bit of drier air after we picked up between 1 to 4 inches of rain, plus in some locations. That's why we do have a flood advisory that's in effect for the city of Houston and much of Harris County. That's in effect until 5 a.m. As you see, some of these rain totals, they range between 1 to 4 inches, but it was a good soaker that we had overnight. So if you're up early this morning and you need to head out, just be aware you are going to run into some pretty waterlogged and wet roads. If one looks like it's flooded out, just try to find a different way to go this morning. Roads are not going to be too busy because it is Christmas morning. But if you are up early, you'll want to have the umbrella on hand. You'll need it potentially in the afternoon, as it's just going to be an unsettled kind of damp day, but no more severe weather in the forecast, at least for Christmas Day. It's going to be a different story tomorrow. I'll have more on the weather watch we have in place for Thursday coming up in my forecast.
Okay, Elyse, we'll check in with you in a few minutes.
All of this is going to clear by game time. The strong to severe thunderstorms that have been impacting us for the past couple of hours, they are finally on their way out. Latest run of 13 alert radar. You can see a lot of the activity now pushing off towards the coast. And in right timing, this event, at least what we saw overnight, acted exactly as we thought it would. These stronger storms now moving offshore, but still have a lot of lightning strikes along Galveston Island right now. So if you're up early this morning because you're hearing the thunder, seeing the lightning, those storms are still over your head right now along the coast, but they'll continue to move offshore. Now, farther south, I do want to point out in Brazoria County, Lake Jackson, some heavy torrential rain near you right now. We'll be keeping an eye on that one to see if we get any flood advisories to pop up along the coast. But you do also see closer to Lavaca Bay, we do have another powerful thunderstorm that is going to continue to track offshore over the next couple of hours. So looking ahead to your Christmas forecast, much easier, smoother sailing than what we're experiencing right now across the region. Temperatures this morning in the lower 60s. We're only rising into the upper 60s, near 70 degrees. We will keep a few showers and mild temperatures in the forecast throughout the day. And also that shower chance, I think it's going to be more so hit or miss. We have that cloudy sky for the rest of the day. So one thing I do want to point out is we're going to likely see some areas of fog develop throughout the day today. They'll mix out and move around. But tonight into tomorrow morning, I do expect that there is going to be some areas of dense fog. This could be a big impact if you're up early tomorrow morning traveling from Christmas Day to wherever you're going to be. And it's not just something we'll see here in southeast Texas. This is likely going to be an impact all the way up across the state into Dallas and potentially farther west to San Antonio and Waco. As for tomorrow too, we have a weather watch for Thursday with another powerful weather system moving across the region. This one though, there's a big difference with the kind of severe weather and storm structure we're going to see. You see the large thunderstorms moving in tomorrow evening with that area of low pressure to our north. There is a bigger concern for tornadoes tomorrow in the afternoon and evening. One thing we were missing yesterday was some of the low-level rotation we need for a tornado to go from the cloud to the ground. Tomorrow, that will be in place. So we still could see some powerful storms with hail and damaging winds, but there is a bigger concern for a few tornadoes tomorrow in the afternoon and evening. I think this could potentially impact, of course, people leaving prepping to go home, if you have work again tomorrow, but also anyone traveling from the airports tomorrow will have to keep an eye on this. Meanwhile, on Future Track, you can see all the rain pushing out. I do think we're going to have some more cloudiness than what Future Track has here, and then a couple of those isolated hit or miss showers for the rest of the day today. And then into tomorrow, we'll keep that cloudy sky and some fog for the morning. Then by the afternoon and evening, that's when we have to be on the lookout for some of those strong to severe thunderstorms. We'll keep a few thunderstorms in the forecast for Friday as that weather system finally pulls away. We're drying out into the weekend. Keep temperatures in the 70s through much of the 10-day forecast. But as you see, as we head into the new year, cooler weather, a big pattern change likely expected that could send morning lows into the 40s, afternoon highs only in the 50s. So we're ending the year on a mild note, but starting off 2025 potentially a little bit cooler.
All right, thank you for that, Elyse.
Does it feel like Christmas?
You know,
the rain is like,
I feel like I'm in Christmas spirit. I mean, if you're up early with us this morning, yeah, you got an early wake-up call this morning because of these thunderstorms. I mean, growing up, I always felt like I woke up early anyway, just because it's Christmas morning here in Southeast Texas. But these thunderstorms, good news is they're on the way out. So if you do have plans throughout the day, the weather should mainly cooperate. But we do have a few things we need to go over, especially over the next 24 hours. Let's start with 13 alert radar. So the strongest storms now pushing off the coast. We still have a couple of lingering showers, though, across our coastal community specifically, and some lightning as well. So I wouldn't go outside just yet. It's going to be damp. It's going to be kind of dreary. So stay inside, stay cozy this morning. I'm going to push a little farther south towards Lake Jackson and Angleton. Have a very heavy downpour just to the south of that with some lightning strikes. No severe weather again, but just some loud thunderstorms to wake us up this morning. Farther north, you can see some rain still moving out of Harris County into Galveston Bay, Chambers County, Liberty too. A few lightning strikes there just within some of those cumulonimbus clouds and those stratiform clouds that are lingering. But there is a sharp cutoff. You do see dry weather is going to start to move in behind this, which is good news because we picked up between 1 to 4 inches of rain overnight with these thunderstorms and also with some of the thunderstorms we had yesterday evening. We have a flood advisory in effect for Houston and much of Harris County. That expires at 5 o'clock. But if you're going to be up early this morning, roads are probably going to be very, very wet and slick, and you might run into some high water spots. So use some caution this morning if you have to be out and about early in the morning. One thing I will point out is we are keeping a small rain chance throughout the day. Rain chances greatly decrease over the next 2 hours or so. But we do have a 30% chance to see a passing shower over the next 12 to 24 hours. And one thing I do want to point out, even once the rain clears, we're going to keep a cloudy sky, and we have all of this humidity from the rain. So we are going to see some areas of fog and some reduced visibility over the next 24 hours. I think this is going to be a big impact for the morning commute tomorrow, and potentially if you're going to be out later tonight. We're going to go over the ABC13 weather watch for Thursday, though, and break down the kind of severe weather we could see tomorrow for the day after Christmas.
All right, Elyse, thanks for keeping it close.
Good morning, Elyse. We've seen a lot of rain so far.
Ooh, we have. Our 13 alert radar has been quite active over the past 12 hours, but thankfully we are starting to see the severe weather, the thunderstorms roll out this morning. And then the rest of Christmas Day, it's going to be a little damp. It's going to be a little dreary and cloudy, but we won't have any strong to severe storms to worry about for Christmas Day. Now, 13 alert radar, we still have a few storms I'm tracking at this hour, mainly off the coast. You can see the strongest, that prominent line that rolled through overnight, it's getting out of here. But if you are traveling east, closer to Beaumont, they are now seeing those thunderstorms this morning. So if you have any family or friends who are farther east across the state, they're probably waking up to these thunderstorms now too. Still have a couple of lightning strikes though. It's going to take a minute for a lot of these big thunderstorm clouds to roll on out. So even though it might just sound like rain, I wouldn't be surprised if we do have some lightning within the clouds there. And then farther south along the coast, you can see some heavier storms still in Lavaca Bay, but that main line is also going to start to move off the coast over the next couple of hours. And then this morning, we're going to be left with those waterlogged roads. So if you have to be out early in the morning, take your time on the roadways. We also could see some areas of fog develop throughout the day because we're going to be locked in with some cloud cover. And we also could have a couple of misty showers, some spotty rain. Temperatures are going to stay in the 60s this morning, likely only be near 70 in the afternoon. So a bit of a cooler and dreary day, but one thing about the fog I do want to point out, we will likely have some dense fog tomorrow morning. So if you have to be out late tonight on Christmas Day, or if you got plans to get up and get going the day after Christmas, this could greatly slow you down for tomorrow morning, not just here in Houston, but I'm thinking all the way up north to Dallas and farther west to Waco, San Antonio, Austin as well. This is likely going to be a big impact for the morning commute tomorrow. And not only that, once we have a foggy start to the day, it doesn't end just there. We have a big, potentially severe weather day across the state as well, with another chance for powerful thunderstorms here in Houston all the way north to Dallas. It's with this weather system, another big area of low pressure, and all the thunderstorms developing on the warm, stormy side of the system, which will be right here in Houston. And one thing I do have to point out that's different than yesterday is we have better signs that these storms could rotate. It was somewhat of a missing ingredient. We know we had that funnel cloud spotted near Cyprus. Tomorrow, I think there's a better chance that more of those storms could rotate and potentially produce a few tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail tomorrow. And this is for the afternoon and evening hours, so even the afternoon and evening commute could be impacted. As for future track tonight, or this morning though, you can see all that rain starting to move offshore, and then we are left with that cloud cover for the rest of the day today. So you see somewhat of a cloudy, damp day, some hit or miss light rain showers for the rest of the day today, and then moving into tomorrow morning is when we'll have to watch out for the fog. Rest of your 10-day forecast, from a foggy morning to a stormy afternoon and evening, that's what's on tap for Thursday. We keep a couple of thunderstorms in the forecast for Friday, but generally speaking, heading into the weekend, we are drying out. We do have temperatures staying pretty warm through the weekend though, and the rest of this week we'll be back in the mid to upper 70s. Monday, near 80? 80? Yeah, upper 70s on Monday, but then a cold front plows through for New Year's Eve, and that will cool us back down to more January conditions, as January, New Year, it's right around the corner, guys.
The cold weather said, see me in 2025.
Right.
Thank you, Elyse.